Coming up in Down Under EV Adventures, it's our new solar system. Yes, it's up and running and ready to go. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, and this episode is all about our new solar system which just got installed in the last few days, and it took them 2 days to put it in. Unfortunately, they did run a little bit of overtime on the system, and so they have to come back to do the charger and the battery later on, but it's a 13.2 kilowatt system. Now we've got Ryzen panels, which is a good Chinese company. I did my research on them before we ordered the system. We've got 30 panels and they each generate 450 watts. Now here's the new fuse board, which I unfortunately had to get a new one done, but I'll talk more about that later. And this is the car charger, which is going to go at the front of the property. So we've already got my old charger at the back, and this one will be for my wife's car. Now, of course, before they can put on the new system, they had to get rid of the old system. So just briefly, here's the old system, and it's mainly facing an easterly direction, sort of northeast. There's 30 panels, there's 22 panels, each with 185 watts, and it generated around about 4 kilowatts at its maximum. Now you can see everyone taking it off here, taking it off the roof, ready to put the new one on. Now you can see here there's a little bit of a shade from one of the gum trees growing next door. So when they decided to put the new panels on, they decided not to put it, there's the shady bit there again, so they're only going to put the panels sort of more northerly on this one, and of course they're going to put it on other areas of the roof as well, which you'll see later. So they removed all the old tracks here, you can see, and they sealed up all the holes, put little caps on them, sealed them up, and then of course they got ready to put on the new rails to put on the new panels. You can see there's the new rails there, and they're not going to go as far with the panels. And the next step, of course, is to lift all the panels on there ready for mounting. So you can see they ended up with just 9 panels now instead of the 22 facing that sort of northeasterly direction. And where they're putting them all up here, that's the largest section, and that's going to have 12 panels. And then the final section, which is more facing like a westerly direction, that's also going to have 9 panels as well. So a total of 30 panels. Now on the western side of the house is where they're mounting the inverter and the battery. I have to get some shade for that later, because it does get a little bit of afternoon sun. Now here's my old power board, the old fuse board, which is the main one. Now because we had some air conditioners put in recently into the house, there wasn't enough room for them, because they're going to do a battery backup for this property, and also we're going to be able to use the battery in a power cut. So they had to construct a new one here. So this is in our games room at the front of the house, and that's what it all looks like when it was done. That's now our main power board, and the other boards are going to be just sub boards. So they did a good job there, making it nice. And now you can see what it looks like when it's finished. So there's the 9 panels on the western side. There's the 12 which are in the middle of the house. So they're the ones which are mainly facing the northerly direction of the house. So there you can see we've got 9, 12 and 9 for the total of 30 panels. And they didn't put it up there in the corner there where it was too shady. So I'll put some stats up on the screen so you know just how big it is, and you can have a look at it. Now these boxes here are the 3 batteries, and there's also a sort of like a power module which controls it. So let's join me in real time as I just explain a little bit about it. So the car charger is there at the front. It's a power control unit. So yep, there's 3 batteries, 3.2, making 9.6 kilowatts in total. And yeah, I'm looking forward to when they come back in about 3 weeks time to put them in. So those 3 batteries will be joined together and that will become my battery backup. And anyway, the solar system is all up and running. I did test it out. Now it does come with an app, so it's called, I'll show you what it is here, I'll bring it up on the screen. So the app's called SEMS, or SEMS. Now I haven't set it up properly yet, so I haven't got any facts or figures to show you, but this is what the screen comes up with. There's a lot of things you can do with it. You can see how much you generated. I think it's probably a better app than the one I had at my old house. Anyway, let's join me again in real time today as I start charging my car with my brand new solar system. Okay, you can see it's a nice sunny day again, and I've just plugged in here. Okay, so I've got it on the maximum setting, so I'm getting close to 7 kilowatts, and I know that pretty much I don't think I'll be drawing off the grid much anymore at all. I mean, I usually at the other place would just turn the amperage down a bit and then charge at around 4 kilowatts, but here I can get the full nearly 7 kilowatts. Now, as you can see inside the car, these are the statistics which is coming up here. So I'm at 58% now. Now, if you weren't sure whether you should get a wall charger or not, this is just to give you an example. So just over 4 hours for me to get to full, which is really not that much. And you can see there with the losses, the car's getting 6.2 kilowatts. So there'll always be some losses. You won't get the full 7 kilowatts or 6.9. There will be a few losses on that. So that will vary around 6.2, 6.3, perhaps 6.4. It's not really a lot of time to get to full from 58%. A wall charger is a great idea. So if you haven't got one and you're thinking, oh, should I get one or not? It's really worth it to get one because you can really charge your car fairly quickly. It's sort of a middle ground between the granny charger and fast charging with a DC charger. And the Atto is limited to 7 kilowatts, but some cars you can charge as fast as 11 and even 22 overseas with some models. You can see that that they've really made inroads with the charging as well, and the speeds are just getting quicker and quicker without doing any damage to the battery. So this is roughly where the battery is going to go on the ground there, below the inverter or very close to the inverter, which is here. And again, it's fairly good quality from what I can see. It looks like you can do quite a lot with it. So that's one good thing about the Chinese technologies. You really get a lot of bang for your buck. So that's it, my new solar system. I'll have to wait for the battery and the car charger, but I'll come back and I'll update everyone about that. And so yeah, if you do already have rooftop solar and you haven't got an EV, well, depending on how big your system is, you can utilize that power to charge your car. And if you've got enough money to either upgrade your solar or to get a battery, that means you can potentially even do it when the sun is not shining. So yeah, that's just some thoughts to think about. But if you are somebody who's able to charge during the day like I am, and especially if you've got a particular direction where you're home the most, for instance, if you're home early in the morning and you've got those panels which are facing the east, well, that might be an option too. So you can think about these things and tailor it to your needs. So luckily I've got a fairly big system there, 13.2 kilowatts, and I'm going to produce good solar all throughout the day. And as long as my wife and I don't charge at the same time, we won't be drawing off the grid. So it's a really good setup, and I can definitely highly recommend it. Now we'll give a plug to the company who did it. You saw earlier on, I put it on the screen, but it's Vista Electrical in Perth, and they come regularly to regional areas as well. So if you live in regional Western Australia, depending on how far away you are from Perth, they certainly come to the goldfields, and I imagine they would go to the wheat belt in the southwest as well. And of course, if you live in Perth, you'll be able to easily get serviced by them. So I spoke to Peter, and he was a very, very good salesperson. He wasn't pushy, he explained everything. So if you want to go down that route, I can highly recommend Vista Electrical. Alright, that's it for today's episode. I will come back very soon and do another episode about this. Will be a few weeks away, and we'll keep you updated of what's going on with the battery and how it all, how easy it is to use and so on. I think it's pretty much just all going to be set up and all done automatically, and we won't have to do much at all, which is what you want. Alright, thanks for joining me again. Take good care out there, and if you've got solar, I hope you're enjoying it. Okay, see you soon, and bye for now.